Yeah, I mean, I think that her and I seem to be very on the same page. There seemed to be a bit of a misconception that I was like celebrating his death by any means. So wanted to clarify that last show as well. I did say that I won't be making like any claims on my personal beliefs there.
You did, I think, try to compare him to Adolf
That
H.
was
Mustache Man?
no, in the moment as well. I think I was very clear that it wasn't a comparison, but rather a clarifying question for the argument you were making.
What was the clarifying question?
Well, I was trying to understand that because the conversation ended up, I found the better wording, which was I was trying to understand if you think that there's a threshold for evil someone can hit in order to deserve some treatment like that.
An assassination.
Sure. And my argument was never whether or not Charlie Kirk had hit that threshold or not. I just wanted to understand if you thought that that existed.
But sorry, go ahead.
So the example that I used was the most extreme personification of evil I could find, not someone that I thought was similar to him.
Right, but in the context of having a conversation about Charlie Kirk, it seems like you were attempting to bolster your position by saying, well, but hold on, Brian, you perhaps would be in favor of assassination under X circumstance. In this case, you cited to Adolf Mustache Man.
Sure, yeah, but...
And so it seemed like you were doing a sort of, well, perhaps in our day and age, Charlie Kirk was, espousing, at least from your perspective, certain rhetoric that you might deem to be radical or deeply offensive or even harmful, and thus you can perhaps understand why someone might feel justified in the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not
do you feel like it was justified?
Do I personally believe it was justified?
Yeah. I'm not. Maybe you wouldn't do it, but you feel like you see why somebody would.
See, that's a complicated question. I personally am very anti-violence in every regard. I don't think anyone should kill anyone. But it's like the same kind of question if you were to ask me someone with psychosis accidentally kill someone else in a psychotic episode. Like, do I understand why they did it? Yeah. Do I think that they were justified? No. Like that's why I don't think that question really can be asked in this circumstance. Like, I guess to some extent I can get in his head. Like, if this guy told me explicitly what he was thinking in the moment, yeah, I mean, that was, if it's communicated, sure, I understand where his head was at. It doesn't matter if I think that he was, like, in the right or not. I just don't think people should be killing people.
Okay. But do you understand? You see the motivation for it? Because you mentioned like somebody has a psychotic episode and they're just batshit crazy, right? But when we're talking about political violence, I think we're talking about something different, where the motivation is to either create suppress the individual in question. So if Charlie Kirk had massive levels of influence, so let's suppress that in a quite physically violent sort of way, but then also like these sort of cascading effects from there in terms of the chilling effect and the suppression of, if I'm a conservative, if I have like milquetoast sort of mostly mainstream conservative opinion in the United States, this opens me up to killing, violence, assassination by liberals, leftists, Democrats, so forth.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I don't think anyone should be killing anyone. I don't think anyone should have killed Charlie Kirk. And I also don't necessarily, I think that, the motivations could be things that we don't necessarily understand.
Sure,
like, it doesn't have to be that they're trying to suppress them. It could have been, yes.
Oh, so sorry, go ahead.
I was going to give different examples, but I think we're on the same page.
Okay, and just then what about, I get that you think, hey, killing bad, violence bad. What about the rejoicing, though? Of course, some people might say, okay, the violence is terrible, but some people were rejoicing. They might not have ever themselves wanted to commit this crime, but they rejoiced in it. They were happy about it.
Reveled. They reveled in it.
They reveled. Do you think that that's justified?
I think that justified is a complicated word there. Do I think it's moral? No. But Can I understand the fact that people, I mean, genuinely, over all of his years on the internet, he, from my perspective, really, really was not, I think that he did promote harm for a number of people. I think that a number of people felt threatened by his beliefs. I think that a lot of his debates could fall under the category of harassment at a certain point.
What? Harassment?
Yeah, I've seen, a lot of his debates in which he is telling people that they are making up their experiences because they don't align with his beliefs, or that
How's that harassment, though?